Reports are saying that the government there is considering now postponing the legislative elections because of the virus.
Yeah, so multiple reports saying they could announce a delay in early August now. There's another report saying the government may propose to China's National People's Congress on possibly extending the term for current LegCo members for another year. The calls have been growing, Heidi, to delay the September vote. The advisor, the chief executive, Carrie Lam, Bernard Chan, saying it's looking more challenging to hold this election now that we've seen more than 100 cases per day for the past 7. The city also reporting its 23rd death. Chan also saying he just doesn't see September getting any better, and they have to prepare for the worst. And this pandemic has basically made traditional campaigning difficult, and it's still too early to tell if Hong Kong, the third wave, has peaked. And keep in mind those tougher social distancing measures are going into effect today as well. Pro-Democrats, they've come out to criticize this looming delay. Hong Kong activist Joshua Wong saying that using the pandemic as an excuse to postpone the election is definitely a lie, he says. And this just comes after more than 500,000 Hong Kong residents voted in the opposition's unofficial primary election. So just given how sensitive this election is, a delay may prompt more protests out there. Another lawmaker, Eddie Chu, saying that China wanted to delay this election in order to avoid a potentially devastating defeat and because it was worried the U.S. could impose further sanctions if prominent opposition candidates are disqualified. But there are legal challenges to this delay as well, if we do see one. By law, the chief executive is allowed to delay this decision, but a new election date must be chosen within 2 weeks of the original date. You also can't delay an election twice, so there are some obstacles ahead.
Yvonne, on the virus resurgence, we see cases surging in India, approaching 1.5 million. What do the next few months look like?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, Sherry, because as you mentioned, the third highest in virus cases in the world. We're seeing India. They're only following the U.S. and Brazil right now. On Tuesday, they saw daily virus cases jump more than 47,000 and pushing that total now near that 1.5 million mark. The death toll has also climbed to 33,000. It's still tough to say if the country has seen the worst of it. Experts say they don't expect a decline for some time. But at least when it comes to fatalities in the country, if you pair that with the overall population, that has been significantly lower than other countries. But testing still remains low despite the jump in cases we've seen in the country. The Philippines, another potential hotspot as well. The country warning of their health system getting close to being overwhelmed by the rise in cases. COVID and non-COVID beds, they say, are close to 50% capacity in the country now, which is in that warning zone. The Philippines added more than 1,600 new cases, bringing that total now to nearly 84,000. They are, of course, the second highest, most affected country in the Southeast Asia region. Nationwide, they say bed occupancy, ventilator usage is still manageable, but in the capital region, intensive care and ward beds are in the higher danger zone.